Minister of Finance, Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, delivering a midterm budget to Parliament today, which he says is intended to relocate government resources, prioritize relief, and lay the foundation for a robust economic recovery. In a comprehensive communication, Prime Minister Davis touting his government has begun to take steps back from a fiscal cliff, but should not rest on its laurels. Keisha Adderley leads us off tonight from the House of Assembly.
In the shadows of the debilitating COVID-19 pandemic, the mid-year budget forecasts are subject to the global shocks of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Prime Minister Davis told Parliament today that consumers can expect inflation to persist.
On the prices front, increasing global inflationary pressure has translated into domestic inflation, peaking at 4.12% in September 2021. In the short term, we expect inflationary pressures to continue throughout this fiscal year.
In the U.S., consumer inflation soared to 7.5% in January 2022, up from 7% in the previous months, marking the highest 12-month gain in 40 years. As the Prime Minister sees it, the VAT reduction from 12 to 10% has softened the blow, as have revenue increases.
VAT receipts elevated by 101.4%, or $287.2 million, to a total of $573.5 million, and 61.9% of the budget. For the first 6 months of the year, total revenue collections are estimated at $1.2 billion, an increase of $453.8 million over the prior year, when the country was placed under oppressive lockdowns, stifling our economy. As such, revenue to date represents some 48.2% of the full year estimate.
Other positive indicators: the significant dip in COVID-19 unemployment assistance, down from 22,000 beneficiaries at the peak of the pandemic to 8,000 at the end of December 2021. As the issue of food security and access emerges again, the Prime Minister says the government will step in to make food prices more palatable.
We are in discussions with wholesalers and importers as to how we might work together to mitigate further the impact on consumers. We are also resolved to resume and intensify our efforts to achieve greater food security by investing more in BAMSI.
From COVID-19 to cautionary economics, the Prime Minister is optimistic, explaining that international ratings forecasts are expected to hold, but so must spending.
As a consequence of improvements in global market conditions, the rate of economic growth in the Bahamas was forecasted by the IMF in October 2021 to increase by 2% and 8% in 2021 and 2022, respectively. While the FNM has not yet revised this forecast to account for its latest global outlook, we remain confident that the upward momentum that we have witnessed to date will largely be sustained. That said, as I stated earlier, we will need to maintain a cautious and prudent policy stance and adjust policies as necessary to sustain both economic momentum and the health of the public finances.
Keisha Adderley, ZNS Network News.
So, Mr. Bodie, here you're doing a show. Yes, sir. It's called. Yes, sir. Why do you think is the appropriate title for the show? Well, connotates that it is an authoritative expression on issues, and I do believe that, in my experience, I would have. So we deal with the issues that impact individuals and the nation. Well, I mean, why not? Well, I guess that ends that. That ends that, but it don't end that like that, because the public is invited to call in and participate in all of the shows that we're going to be doing going forward. And I'm excited. How about you? Arthur H. Bodie Jr. It's the only way to go.